I'm gonna tell y'all about a vision I had a few weeks ago. So I was asleep. Well, I wasn't asleep fully. I just laid my head down. I want to say not within like 5 minutes of me closing my eyes. All of a sudden, I was like over this woman, but it almost seemed like I was her because I was so close to her. And so she she was she was she was watching TV. She was in her house eating dinner one day or whatever. She was watching TV and she was watching this commercial and it was showing how um it was something was being promoted on there, you see? And so before you knew it, she walked down to this store to stand in this line to get whatever was offered on TV. And so right after she got the mark or whatever it was like connected to a machine that it was I couldn't so right after she got the mark, she walked away and then she started immediately crying because she felt this disconnect from something. She didn't know what it was, but she knew what it was, but it was a feeling that she never felt before, and I felt it in my dream, and it was the worstest feeling ever. It's almost as if like God's presence is not over you anymore. Like you don't feel that you can be saved. Like you don't feel alive, but you're living. It's weird. It's the one of the worstest feelings ever. And so as she got the mark, she started crying, sobering everywhere, and then she started pulling everybody's arm in line and said, "Don't get the mark." She was like, "If you get," she said, this is the exact word she said. There's no salvation. There's no salvation if you get the mark. There's no salvation if you get the mark. There's no salvation. And she was just crying. She was shaking people's arm, and people was turning around looking at her crazy, and she was just crying and crying and crying, but she couldn't do nothing about it. And it was like she knew that it was no way. When she knew that once she died, it was over because it was already over. And I think this is an example of how people are going to be able to want to die and not die, you see, because they're not going to want to die because of what they done, and they were going to know their ultimate destination. But it's crazy, yeah. All right, shalom.